welcome. Hi everyone. This is Sievers here today with Super Sister Fitness. We're going to do a 20-minute Pilates mat workout. Hope it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to work the whole body. If it's helpful for you, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know. If you like it, give me that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get right into it. We're going to start with a little bit of spine mobility. Actually, throughout the whole program, we're going to do a lot of spine mobility. So you're going to lie down on your back. Legs bent, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, arms by your side. First exercise is called bridging. You're going to roll up your spine. You're going to lift your hips up in the air, rolling up one vertebra at a time. You're going to roll back down. Okay, so let's do that again. Curl the tailbone up. Point it up to the ceiling. Reach the tailbone towards your knees until you're resting on your shoulder blades and then come back down. Going to do that again. Roll up. So really make sure that you try and articulate through each of your vertebrae instead of just sort of going up and down, right? It's not so much for your butt, although it does strengthen your glutes as well. It's more for your spine. Spine is where everything starts. If you want to make it a little bit more interesting and add some arm movement, reach your arms overhead and then do the same thing. Reach your hips, your tailbone forward as you roll up and down. That might engage your hamstrings a little bit more, so if you get some cramping there, I apologize. Just ease up a little bit and those hamstrings will recover. Good, we'll do two more. Inhale, and then exhale, roll back down. Let's do one more at the end to finish. Rolling, hollowing the abdominal wall, reach your tailbone forward through your knees, reach your fingertips back behind you as you try to get the rib cage down, the lower back down, your hips down, and that was wonderful. Okay, we're gonna just bend our arms out to the side a little bit like this. So your arms are gonna be in a, let's say, W position maybe. From here, lift one leg up into tabletop, and as you do that, make sure that your lower back gets down onto the mat so you can kind of tip your pelvis a little bit towards you. Now keep your lower back on the mat and lift the second leg as well. Make sure that your knees are really next to one another and keep them next to one another as you start to twist to one side. So your knees are going to move over to one side. It's called side to side. Come back to center, and then move your knees to the other side, and really keep the knees glued together. What wants to happen, just keep going as I'm explaining something. What wants to happen is that the leg that goes first, the outside leg, wants to be, the knee wants to be higher than the inside knee. So when you go to the other side, again, watch that the outside leg tends to be longer than the inside leg, and we want to avoid that. Okay, so lower back on the mat, your knees stay glued together. Your knees are perfectly next to one another. Come back to center. As a result of doing that, you will notice that your hip comes up a little bit more, right? So you increase the rotation of your spine as you keep those knees nice and stacked or together. Keep breathing normally, fluidly. Just don't hold your breath. If you want to be a little bit more specific, you can inhale as you go into the twist. Exhale to come back. Inhale, go the other way. Exhale, come back and keep it small. With the arms in this position, you can't hold on to the floor, right? If your arms were down here, it would probably be a little bit easier. But do we want it easy? I'm not sure. All right, good. That's plenty. Come to center. Grab the backs of your thighs. Lift your head and roll up into a seated position. We're going to do a bent leg roll up. So your feet stay glued to the mat. Try that because you're going to want to lift up. Try to keep them down. Your hands stay behind your head, behind your legs. You're going to roll down, and then at one point, yes, you're going to lose your legs because your arms are not going to be long enough. That's fine. And then reach your arms overhead. We're going to come back up. So arms first. Lift your head. Grab the backs of your thighs and pull yourself up. Perfect. Let's do that again. Roll back. Slide your hands down your thighs, or up your thighs, I should say, right? Until you're down, reach your arms overhead. Lift your arms first, lift your head, grab the backs of the thighs, and pull yourself up. So we're just gonna make it a little bit easier the first Few reps, we'll do one more like that. The reason why I want you to use your arms for help to start is that you develop a good pattern. You're not going to use any compensations if you start a little easier than you maybe need to. Okay, so now we're going to take our hands, maybe if you can, to the ground and just slide them along the mat. Going down is going to work anyway, hopefully. And then on the way up, maybe keep your hands on the mat and just walk your fingertips forward. If that worked well, keep going like that. If you had trouble coming up, arms back. So if you had trouble coming up, just grab your thighs again, right? If your spine is not mobile enough here in the lower back, and when you go down, you feel like your back hits the mat in like a flat spot, it's actually uncomfortable. It's not your fault. It's not that you're necessarily too weak. It might be that your spine is too stiff. Okay, that's where we're mobilizing the spine. Let's do two more of those. Slowly down. Slowly back up. Slow speed is good. The slower you move, the more your muscles actually have to work. You can't use momentum. There's lots of good things. Lots of good reasons for working slowly. Okay, excellent. We're gonna go into a spine twist, so more spine mobility. Stretch your legs out and squeeze them together and sit nice and tall. Reach your arms to the sides and then you're gonna start twisting in one direction, maybe towards me so you can see. And then lift your arms up and then really reach and use that arm raise to help you lengthen your spine. And then bring your arms back down, turn to center, to the other side. You twist, you reach your arms, elongate your spine. You really kind of lift out of your own waist here and then open the arms and come back to center. Let's keep going like that. Twist, reach, open, center. Other side, lift and reach, open, center. Good, keep going, nice. If you like, sometimes I just grab one wrist and pull even more, and then you can switch a little bit, right? Feel like you can actually pull yourself taller. So if you like, grab one wrist, grab the other wrist. Good. Oh, beautiful. One more time each side. Reach, lengthen. Open the arms, come to center. Last one. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And come back to center. We're gonna add on. So first you start to rotate. You're gonna lift your arms up. Now as your arms go down, you're gonna reach to the outside of the opposite knee. So my right hand is on the left foot. Sorry, not knee, foot. Here. And my other arm is reaching back in opposition. And I'm looking over my back shoulder a little bit as I'm focusing on reaching back with my back arm. Okay, let's do the other side. Come to center. Twist. Lift the arms to lengthen. Stay tall as you bring the front arm to the opposite foot, outside of the opposite foot. You turn your head back towards your back shoulder and then reach backwards with the back arm. Nice, good, come up. Let's do that again. Twist, lift your arms, and go into that combination twist and rounding, which is a variation of saw. So if you know Pilates, then this is a little bit of a variation of saw. And twist. Twist, lift your arms, and go into the twist while you bend forward. Last one. Twist and lift, and then go into the saw. Okay, we're gonna bring the hands behind the head, continue to sit really tall, and pull your toes back. Really flex your feet strongly. Your elbows are slightly forward. While you're holding the back of your head here, the skull, reach up tall, right? So that helps you stay really long. So beautiful. I like this arm position for this reason. We're going to go into the beginning of neck pull or a spine stretch forward. So you're basically going to bend forward. And your goal is to reach the top of your head, the crown of your head to your knees. Let me explain this real quick. So you might know this as like a forward hinge. You might want to try and get your belly onto your thighs. That's good. It's just a different exercise. We're going to try to get the top of the head here, right? So I'm not going forward as much as I'm bending up and over. Imagine you want to keep, like, have a big ball here on your belly. And you're going to feel the stretch now more along your spine, maybe a little bit less in your legs, although could still be in the legs too. Okay, now we're going to go backwards. You're going to start sitting tall, and you're going to lift your chest up, and you're going to look up towards the ceiling. Careful, don't lean back. So you want to still be super upright. You just arch your upper back, and then come back to center. We're going to go back and forth between those two. Forward, top of the head to the knees. And I know this is far away. I get it. Come back up. And then go up, 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 up. Pull the shoulders down, pull your shoulder blades down. Hold the weight of your head in your hands, very important. You don't want to compress the neck and drop it, right? That's where your hands are here. Look straight ahead, bend forward. Look up. One more each direction, forward. And come up and go back. Doesn't that feel amazing? So your upper back might be really like on fire right now in a good way, hopefully. Okay, rolling like a ball. Just gonna do a little fun exercise. So grab the backs of your thighs again, just like before, and lift your toes off the mat. So you're sort of balancing on your butt. And now pull your belly in, hollow your belly, make your spine as round as you can, and you just roll back and you roll back up. Roll back and come up. It's called rolling like a ball, like I said, so you're just gonna try and stay really, really tall, really small. Quite the opposite, tall from small. So if you can, if this is going well with your hands behind your thighs, try putting your hands on top of your shins. And then try to keep your feet, heels really close to your bottom. And maybe your forehead on your knee. So the smaller you are, the harder it will be. And then if all of this works well, you could even hug your legs and then rock back. I'm not sure I'm going to come back up, but let's try. Woo! Got to kick a little bit with my legs. One more. Okay, excellent. Was that fun? Okay, let's do a little bit more ab work. You're going to place your elbows behind you on the mat. Check that they're approximately underneath your shoulders. And then let your back sag down. So you pull the abdominal wall down, right? You sort of tuck your pelvis a little bit. Now bring one leg up and bring the second leg up. Now really make sure that your belly stays down. So look down towards your belly. And then at the same time, they'll lift out of your shoulders. So I'll explain that real quick. We always want to, when we lift out of the shoulders, we tend to straighten our spine. And when we think of pulling our belly down, we tend to collapse into the shoulders. We're going to try and do both at the same time. Meaning, lift out of the shoulders, but draw the belly down. Alrighty, so far so good. We're going to reach both legs out. Bring it back in. While you push your legs away, pull your belly down. Do you feel how your back wants to come up with and follow the legs in the same direction? Don't do that. That's going to make your back hurt. So the legs and your belly need to go in opposing direction. Opposition is one of the Pilates, maybe not principles, but it's one principle that keeps coming up in Pilates, something that we use all the time. Belly down. Good, 3 more. 2. 1, hollow your stomach. Awesome, good. Reach your legs straight up to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart, so you have a little V position. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Stay lifted out of your shoulders, pull your belly down and lower your straight legs and lift your straight legs. 10 of those, let's try. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Keep them moving really, really small. It's getting hard. 8. Belly down. 9. And 1 more. Okay, good, and relax, bend your knees, excellent, come and sit up. So you should have felt this all just in your stomach if you felt it in your lower back. And if you want to do this again later on, just really keep the movement a little bit smaller. You don't want to pull from your back every single time. Okay, upward table, upward plank. Your legs are straight, hands are behind you. Make sure you move them far enough behind you, and you can adjust later on too if you like. And you're going to press up and come back down. So when you press up, stay there for just a second. If you feel that your hands are like underneath you and it feels really awkward, just try and reposition your hands. Also, make sure your fingers are not pointing back. Forward is good, sideways is good. All right, come up. Gonna do 10 more. 2. And 4. If your knees are unhappy, you can flex your feet, so pull your toes up. That often helps, especially if you tend to hyperextend your knees. But you can bend your knees too. Just do it that way. Okay, 5 more. So I'm just going to give you option. You can choose whichever works best for you, wherever you feel that you get a lot out of it without aggravating anything, without hurting anything, without using any compensations. Last one. Hold, 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 hold. Pull one knee up. Just bring it down. Other one. Keep alternating. Is your heart rate up? Mine is. Okay, 4 more. Keep your hips high. Keep your hips high. 2 more. 1 more. Awesome, good. And come down. Come onto your side and support yourself on your elbow. Your legs can be just a tad in front of you. And then when you look down towards your hips, they tend to fall back. So try and roll them forward. Perfect. And then bring your other hand, your top hand, behind your head. Then sag into that shoulder for me for a second, just so that you understand what not to do. And then lift up. Drop down into the shoulder and lift up. Good, 2 more. So that alone is a good shoulder stabilization and awareness exercise. And then stay up. So we want to stay up here. We never want to start sagging into that. Lift the top leg just a tad. Kick it forward a little bit. Kick it back a little bit. Forward and back. Notice what your upper body is doing. Most likely, your upper body will counterbalance a little bit, right? Try not to do that. So all of this stays super still while my leg down here is moving. And it might be harder than it looks. 2 more. 1 more. Keep the leg back, so it's slightly behind the bottom leg and circle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice round circle. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good, excellent. Bend the top leg, grab the foot, and just stretch it real quick. Stretch your thigh. And then push the knee back and relax. Push the knee back and relax. 2 more. 1 more, good. Then come and sit up, support yourself on your hand instead of your elbow. Drop the knee, and then keep stretching that thigh a little bit longer. Pull your heel really close in towards your butt if you can. If there's any knee pain, ease up a little bit. Have a good thigh stretch there. And then let go of the foot, that hand that was holding the foot. Reach it around and to the other side as far as you possibly can. And then open again. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach around as far as you can into rotation. Again, more spine mobility, right? Okay, stay there and then just place your hands next to one another. And then hold that for a moment. Again, you're going to feel big, big stretch along your back. More spine mobility, more rotation. 1 more breath. Breathe deeply into your lungs, into your rib cage, and then you'll feel the muscles around your rib cage stretching. Okay? Let's do all of this on the other side. So just swing your legs around. So you can still face me, your elbows under your shoulder. Your top hip is not falling back, it's forward and your legs are slightly in front of your body. Your top hand goes behind your head. You're gonna sag into the shoulder to learn what not to do, and you're gonna lift out. Sag into it and lift back out. Let's do one more. Stay up. Lift your top leg, kick it forward, kick it back. Kick it forward, kick it back. Woo, I'm falling over. Let's not do that. So if that happens to you as well, it was just a sign that I was going too far and my body wasn't able to stabilize with that big of a movement. So I just got to keep the movement smaller and work up maybe, you know, if I practice this a little bit, I'm sure it'll get better. Keep the leg behind the other leg, circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be harder to coordinate too, so I just noticed that this is a little bit of a trickier side for me. Let's reverse direction. So on this side, the circles are not quite round. They could definitely be rounder. So I'm just trying to focus on making these really smooth and round. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the knee, stretch your thigh. Pull your heel towards your butt as much as you can, and then press the thigh back and release. Press it back and release. Press it back and release. 2 more. Good. And come and sit up. Keep holding the foot. Look away from the foot, but pull your heel towards your butt. So we're going to continuing to stretch the thigh, quadriceps. Don't collapse into that shoulder either. There we go. Foot down in the back, and the hand that was holding the foot reaches around as far as possible to the opposite side. And open, and twist, and open, and twist, and open. 2 more. It's just a little bit of a dynamic rotation. Good, and now we're going to place the hand next to the other hand, and now we're going to do some isometric rotation. We're just holding it, and breathe deeply into your rib cage. Okay, and coming up, we're going to come into a plank position. So come onto hands and knees. Make sure there's room front and behind. And then step into your plank on your hands. So high push-up position. From here, we're going to go into upstretch. You might know it as downward facing dog. So press your butt up towards the ceiling, and the heels are going to be high first. And then you're going to drop the heels down as low as they go. Then you're going to lift your heels again. And then you'll lower your hips down into the plank while pushing your heels back. Oh, there's a lot going on there. Let's do that again. Hips go up, heels go up, heels go down, heels go up, heels go back while you drop your hips into your plank without sagging. Don't drop too low. Again, hips up, heels down, heels up, plank with heels back. 2 more. Hips up, drop your heels, lift your heels, plank. Last one, hips. Drop your heels, lift your heels, plank. Good. We're going to go into a twist. Woo! Okay, so from here, both hands stay on the ground. You're going to pivot your feet. So you're on the outside of one foot, the inside of the other foot. And then if you can lift that one arm up into your side plank. Okay, we're going to go back down. First your hand, then your feet come to center, then you'll go the other way. And then if you can, lift your arm, side plank, come back, and turn to center. We're going to repeat that. So if you don't have the strength to lift this arm all the way up, you don't have to. You can just keep both hands down. We'll meet you there when we get there. Okay, so if you have your arm up, bring it down, come to center, other side. Come into the twisted plank. From there, if possible, lift your arm, or don't. Come back, center. One more set each side. Twist, lift, drop it down, center, other side, twist, lift, come back, plank, and relax down. Nice. Excellent. The Z, thigh stretch. You're on your knees. You're gonna curl your tailbone under and lift your pubis up towards your navel as if you're zipping up jeans. Very important. That'll make sure your abdominal wall is working. You reach your arms forward and you're gonna lean back with a straight back. And come back up. Lean back. If you want to make this harder, I have an option for you. Don't I always have an option for you? Reach your arms up, lean back with your arms overhead. And come back up. Nice. Do you feel how much more work that is for your core? So important, hips forward, rib cage back. It's exactly the opposite of what the body wants to do. The body wants to do hips back, chest forward. I'm gonna do hips forward, chest back. 3 more. You pick the variation that works for you. Yes, it's a lot of work for your quads, front of the thighs, and for your abdominals. Fabulous, good. Come one more time into a quick plank. We're almost there, guys. From your plank, shift forward, and then bend your elbows and lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Stay right where you're at, uncurl your toes, point them back. Elbows reach back, shoulders are back. Look forward with your chest. Come back down. So when I look forward, don't just do it with your eyes. Yes, your eyes go too. But imagine there's a second set of eyes on your chest and you reach forward. Excellent. Now we're going to add the arms. So that was the baby swan, we call it. Now you're going to press down with your arms and come all the way up. And bend your arms and come back down. Reach forward, press the arms down. This is called swan. You might know it as upward facing dog in yoga. Just different animals. One more. Elbows back, shoulders back. Press down. Good. And lower down. Press onto hands and knees. We're going to finish what we call an elephant. So from your hands and knees, you're going to lift up onto your feet with your hands on the ground, and you're going to walk your feet forward as far as you have to get your heels down. So you don't have to go all the way, just to the point that your heels fit down. If you have to, come further forward, right? And then anchor your heels down and try to lift your toes up. What? Yes, the toes, not the heels. Let your head dangle. It's good stuff, guys. Make sure your fingers are spread really wide. Imprint your whole palm into the mat. You should feel a good stretch in your calves, maybe hamstrings, back of the body. Okay, and then drop down onto your knees. Woo! That was fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you weren't just watching, hopefully you were doing it. Thank you. If you like it, again, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you move on with the rest of your day. And if you enjoyed this, then you're really gonna like PilatesEncyclopedia.com. It's a little thing I put together. You're gonna find every single exercise, all Pilates exercises with videos, detailed descriptions, and troubleshooting tips. Just check out the link in the description below, and I'll see you next time. Bye, take care.